Old pirates, yes, they rabbi, sold light to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took her from the bottomless pit.
Namaste. My name is Vishwani Singh and I am the President and the Director of the Sanatan Hindu Mandir in the British Virgin Islands.
My name is Jitendranath Singh and I am the Treasurer of this Mandir, also a Director of this Mandir.
I am Congo Zulu Isis of Virgin Island.
My name is Art Christopher. I grew up here in the Virgin Islands, so I consider myself a Virgin Islander.
My name is Colin Cousins, and I'm the Senior Pastor at the New Testament Church of God International Worship Center.
My name is Julie Schneider, and I've been living here in the BVI since 1997, on and off.
Rastafari.
I'm a Christian.
Kemetic spirituality.
Sanatan Dharma.
I am Jewish.
The term Christianity comes from the fact that we are followers of Christ. So Christianity is centered around Christ, the Son of the living God. The fact that he came to offer salvation to mankind. So the scripture speaks to the fact that he came to save those that are lost. He came in the flesh, died, he was buried, and he was resurrected on the third day. And he is now ascended to heaven, seated at the right hand of Christ. So Christianity is surrounding Jesus Christ, the cross, his blood, and the fact that he has redeemed mankind from their sins.
Rastafari come out of the same Bible, the same King James Bible. It's just the way how we view things are different. We grew up viewing it normally like everyone else with all of the whitewashing, white this, white that. The normal preacher, teacher pick specific things to speak about. But now when you get to read the book for yourself, you get to see identity. You get to see yourself.
Kemetic knowledge or Kemetic spirituality is really the attempt for us to unify or find the origins of African spirituality. So it is a part of African spirituality, traditional African spirituality, and going back to its roots. So when we look at the root of the Akan culture, the Yoruba culture, we find that it all goes right back to Kemet. And so that is the root of what we consider to be a Kemetic or ancient Egypt in terms of its culture and spirituality.
Hinduism is more than a religion or religious practices. It is more a way of life. It is a complete philosophy on the foundation and the direction of one's life, of one's existence. It aims towards self-realization, self-transformation, freedom, and liberation.
Judaism is a religion that spans back all the way to the 6th century BCE. We believe in one God and we follow the Jewish law. A lot of what you do, or what we did in my family, was out of respect for the fact that we don't know what happened to our families that were still back in Europe. We can only go back to my great-grandfather. So I am third generation American Jewish. And if you go any further back, we don't know what happened. So most likely, based on where we think my family was from, they dug their own graves and then were shot in the head and killed by the Nazis. So out of respect for the fact that we don't know their story, we can only guess, it gives you a different meaning as to what it is to be Jewish.
One of the famous texts that people often refer to is what we call the Egyptian Book of the Dead. We know that that is incorrectly labeled. It is actually properly named as the book of coming forth by day, or the book of awakening. And so there are things that we call the 42 confessions of Ma'at, which is throughout the text. It is really personalized. It's like your daily affirmations. So when you awake in the morning, when you go to bed at night, there are a set of affirmations that you do in terms of your spirituality. Today I have not stolen, today I have not, I have not, and so forth.
The prayer for Hanukkah when you light the lights is Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahad l'kner shel Hanukkah.
I'm a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth highly Selassie for tempest men and food in due season. Therefore I lack shall not wither, and whatsoever I do in highly Selassie first name shall prosper. The wicked are not so, but are like smoke that is continually driven away. Therefore the wicked shall not stand in the judgment, the liberation of the righteous. For highly Selassie knows the ways of the righteous, but the ways of the wicked shall not fire.
We worship one God, but in different forms. Our scripture teaches us that everything that gives sustenance to life is governed by a celestial being. For example, wealth, education, water, air. So for example, if you're pursuing the path of education, we worship that divinity that governs over education, which is Saraswati Devi. But ultimately, the name of God that we worship is Krishna, or we often refer to him as Bhagavan. Bhagavan means God. The name of God is Krishna.
The religious texts that we read are the Torah, and that is a scroll that you unscroll, and it's parchment paper, and inside of the Torah there's 5 books: Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.
Kemetic spirituality, to my knowledge, does not prohibit any food, but it acknowledges that a vegetarian diet is the most moral and ethical way to live.
As a Christian, we eat everything. As a missionary, if you go to the deep rural area of Ghana and you're given monkey grain to eat, you better eat it. So we eat everything. What we do first is that we bless and eat.
The soul doesn't limit us to only one body. Even the animals, all living beings carry a soul, and hence we must live in unity and harmony with all living creatures. And for that reason, we do not consume animals because of karma, because the karmic reaction for just say killing an animal, that comes back at us.
So now we deal with the plant-based, and we try to do everything from scratch, plant-based, kind of plants is living, and where the enzymes and all the different chemicals in plants, we need them. The nutrients, the minerals, all of that, we need them, we benefit from them.
So foods that were prohibited from eating would be, if you are kosher, there's lots of foods that you can't mix dairy and milk together. I did not grow up kosher. You also have to have all of your meat blessed by a rabbi, and it has to be slaughtered in a different way. I did grow up eating kosher meat, but that was just because there was a kosher butcher next door to my dad's store. But for me, we didn't grow up. We didn't grow up really eating pork. And we didn't eat a lot of lobster. That did change when I was older, and I do know that my great-grandfather, who was Orthodox, instead of calling lobster lobster, he called it redfish so that he could eat it.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare